Hello everybody, good evening. I am now live over on YouTube. It is September 16th, 2025. I have a cat on my lap. Let's see, can you even, I don't have the right screen on. So this is what we're dealing with currently. He seems very comfortable and pleased with himself, so we'll just let him sit here as long as we possibly can. Little Turbo. I gave him the wet food. That's what I normally do Tuesday nights. I give all the cats wet food thinking, oh, they'll get fat and fall asleep. He's gotten fat and has decided to sleep on my lap. I mean, it's just like so cute. Like his little arm is on the table. Like, yeah, Mom, let's get to work. Like I gotta use the emboss machine today, bud. Hi, if this is your first time here, hello and welcome. I do have all the cats, and all the cats just means 3, but they are all black, and this one is Turbo. He's the little baby. He's so cute. It's hard to do anything. He's a snuggler. So before we get started tonight, for those who are new, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe, and then you can ring the notification bell, and you'll get notification when I am live, which is most Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. We're moving. Oh no, we're just readjusting. Okay. So some updates to start off with as we wait for some other people to show up live. This Thursday, which is the 18th, is going to be a 24-hour stamp and stamp tool sale. I don't know what stamp tools necessarily means. I'm assuming blocks, maybe like the scrub thing. Not 100% sure, but all the stamps will be 15% off. It does not include bundles. So this will be really good if you are looking to pick up maybe some new holiday stamps. Maybe the one I have, which is just the large Merry Christmas that's in the mini catalog. My information did say all stamps, so I'm assuming that does mean all stamps. So do compare the price if it is a bundle. Probably the bundle is still going to be better because you're getting 10% off the stamps and the dies when you get them together. So I would just recommend focusing on stamp sets that are standalone stamp sets. And also make sure to check out the tools. And that is going to be Thursday, 24 hours only. The other thing I'd like to announce is, hey, Alora. Hey, you're on live. Look, we have Turbo. He's being very good so far. I wrote August on here. September 23rd, so later this month. For the first time, Stampinup is doing an advent calendar. And I did include some information on that in my newsletter today, and maybe you've seen it around the internet depending how many demonstrators you follow. It is $99. It is while supplies last. When you get the advent calendar, you will get 2 exclusive stamp sets that are photopolymer. And then in the advent calendar, which is 12 days, there's going to be dies, exclusive papers, embellishments, and more. So I'm assuming that the dies will coordinate with the stamp sets that they send with the advent calendar. And then it would be the self-control of, do you just rip the whole thing open or do you actually do it as an advent calendar? So it might be a really good option if you have somebody, a loved one who's like, what should I get you for Christmas? Maybe you send them the link to that advent calendar, because then there's no way that you would have any of the products, because they're going to be exclusive to the advent calendar. Let's see here. Yeah, he likes, hey Linda. I was talking at the beginning that I always feed them wet food, so they would fall asleep while I do the video, but he has chosen to rest on me this evening. He will not be able to stay here though for too much longer. So that's the advent calendar. It'll be while supplies last, starts to be available September 23rd. I have no idea what dates are anymore. Please make sure to register online at thestampinup.com for World Card Making Day. That is the first Saturday in October. They are putting together a kit. I should have looked up the name of it. If you ordered it this week, you'd probably have it in time. Let me give you the name of that kit. They've probably shoved the World Card Making Day to the bottom of my announcements. It is the Homemade and Heartfelt Kit. And I think, oh, here we go. It has like a little divider thing, like a little desk organizer with the cards, and it is $32. And that is what they are doing for World Card Making Day. But I always suggest, even if you're not getting that kit or you can't watch it live, you will have access to the video later. Because the first World Card Making Day is always around my wedding anniversary. Our anniversary is 10/4, so it always is the weekend of our anniversary. So I really never get to do an event because I want to celebrate my anniversary. But I always register, and because the last couple of years they've sent us a discount code for like $5 off. Again, I do not know if that's happening this year, but it has before, so that's why I always just recommend registering. It is free for everyone. And today was, of course, my announcements from Stampinup, and they're going to do like a workshop virtual class deal. More information's coming October 1st. It is around the traditions of Christmas suite. It is something you have to purchase, this class, but you have to have purchased the suite to do the projects, and the suite's like $100 and some. The traditions of Christmas suite. They have not shared what the cost of the workshop class is. I don't think we're going to know until October 1st. So more to that to come. I do not have that whole suite. I probably will not be participating, but if you like choreographed classes and things, that might be worth signing up for. And I think you get put into an exclusive Facebook group, just like they did for the scrapbooking album retreat, and you'll have the step-by-step videos to make whatever projects they're doing. I'll try to provide more information on that, or if you need more information or it's kind of peaked, reach out to me and we can figure that out. So today I'm going to kind of expand on a embossing folder technique that I did probably about a month ago, if you remember doing the sunflower folder with the white ink. I do believe I was using the brayer here. And we're going to use this folder again today, do something very similar. This folder is back in stock. So if you have been waiting for the sunflower folder, make sure you get it into your cart and get it Thursday when you're shopping your 15% off stamp sets, because it's still going to come in time to do all of your fall projects. Oh my gosh, he is way too cute. Well, we're going to have to move him. Look at him. Now he's just laying his head down. How am I supposed to... This is what I get. I'm just stuck with this. This one I didn't do sandpaper. This was regular cardstock and then putting the craft ink over it with the brayer. Oh my gosh, he's way too cute. He's way too cute. Let's see what he looks like as I switch cameras. Oh, hi little guy. How are we gonna do this? Your little eyes. Can I move you? I really do have to do work, Turbo. He's like, I'll scoot over some. I don't think I can do the emboss machine with him like this. Crafting with Cats. This is my new channel, Crafting with Cats. Welcome. Hashtag Crafting with Cats. Okay, so the first thing, we can do this first one probably with him on here. I'm going to use the heat gun, and that I will have to move him because that will spook him. So I have done this in white with the folder there. We'll bring you down a little bit. And I am going just to use my Memento ink pad. Oh my gosh, he's way too cute. What if I just... His little head. What do you think, Turbo? He's like, what's that? Okay. Crafting with cats. I should just add that as a YouTube hashtag. So I am going to, oops, screw the whole project up by just dropping it instead of... Okay, so this kind of feels familiar, right? We've done this somewhat recently, or we used the brayer. You could certainly use the brayer. I'm going to go this way too. You could certainly use the brayer. And really with this today is really using the black and white. So that looks pretty cool. And if we were to, let's say we were going to mount this on something, we would be doing... maybe this is a Flirty Flamingo on a black base. Now he's stretching and being super cute. So we would have this, and maybe we could add a ribbon. I don't have a Flirty Flamingo ribbon. I could color a white one to match, and we would add our sentiment, and we kind of have a cool, you know, this is what we did like about a month ago, this boho, but this makes me feel like a little bit more modern, maybe for like a teenager. So Turbo, we need you to leave because I'm going to use the heat gun, and that's going to upset you. So come here. Oh, you're so fat. Hi, can I put you right down here? Yeah, that's a good boy. Okay. So what I wanted to go, the main thing I wanted to do tonight was to do the embossing with this. So this is our 3D folder, and I have a piece of black, and this is the same size. That white piece that I had was cut at 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so just kind of regular layers. And we're going to get our Versamark, because we're going to do heat emboss, and I have my little heat embossing tool set here. So I have some white, and this I have, look at the logo on that. I've had this for a while. So this the powder that Stampinup sells now is the Wow embossing powder, but I still have so much of this. It's pretty much the same thing. This little tray situation, you get this nice brush, you get these amazing tweezers, you get the little tray, and you get an embossing buddy, which this is my old one. I think my other one that actually came with this is on my spin wheel behind me. This is just the one that I happened to grab. Again, you can tell because it's the old logo and it's the green. All the stuff's black and white now. So we're going to put the Versamark ink on the deboss side of the embossing folder, and we're going to do embossing. So I am putting my the embossing buddy on here. This is kind of a trick a little bit, what we are about to do. So I'm going to take my very dirty Versamark, and I want to get a new one, but they're currently out of stock. Every time I go to get to replace my Versamark pad, because I've had this one forever and it's grody, it's out of stock. That's just the story of my life. I'm doing like a gentle tap and swipe. I don't want to push down too hard. Again, so the D, I'm doing the back side. So I'm putting the ink on the back, because the front is where the logo is, which is very, very convenient. I guess I'll just do it this way. And we're going to close it down. We're going to run it through the machine. Okay, so there's, let's see, that's the embossed side. So if we were doing this normal, we would have, gosh, There we go. There we go. The ink is actually on the back. I think you can kind of tell it's wet. And what I'm just going to do for right now is take my chamois and place it on there. This is damp, and that will help keep it moist, so then I can just run it under the sink, or the Versamark, it's not too bad. You can usually wipe it. You can do the same thing with a colored ink, like white with a color. It is just a little messier. You would want to go and get that folder washed off right away if you're worried about staining. Okay, so I need to put powder all over this, and while I still have a lot here, I don't have a ton. So we'll see if we can. Ooh, that actually turned out pretty good. I am just trying to keep to the edges. Yeah, the tweezers aren't too much help with this whole card front. Now you can see here I really don't want the powder here, so I am going to try carefully. Sometimes a little below, so I'm thinking I must have pressed a little too hard on with the ink pad, and I felt myself doing that. I do have a smaller paintbrush in here. If I disturb it enough and then kind of huff it, so that's not a Embossing Buddy failure. That's an Anne Marie ink pad failure. Again, focusing on the edges. Don't come over here, bud. He's coming. Nope, this is a no-go zone right now. No-go zone. You couldn't go over there. That's okay. He does like to sit just over right there sometimes. I'm a little worried about him and this powder, though. Let's set that over there. All right, I think that's fair enough. And then now we can. I'm trying to, like, the powder's so fine, right? Does everybody else get, like, working with this stuff and it kind of gets all over? Heat tool, best one, right here. Now I do have this on the high setting because we're just dealing with cardstock here. I'm not too worried about it. If I was using something like a window sheet or vellum or, you know, like a specialty paper, then I might start it out on low, and look, we're already starting to change. So last night during my little group that I'm in, this was the demonstration that was done for us. And I was like, oh, this would be really great for Tuesday, thank goodness, because I didn't really know what to do. And that the fact that this folder came back in, I thought it was a good opportunity, because we talked about doing this a month or so ago when we did that card, but I didn't show it, and I think it's worth showing. Now, comments about this is, well, it uses a lot of embossing powder. Okay, I have... You won't even be able to... Now, if you did like 50 of these, you would notice a difference in your tub. I'm not going to notice a difference in my tub, even though this is a whole card front. And you can do this with pretty much any embossing folder, but I do think the 3D folders have the best effect with them. I just think this looks so fabulous. This is probably the way we would have it, with the white and the black. And then you can, you know, if we were going to mount this, we would use a Flirty Flamingo. and put it on a white base. Add a ribbon, add a sentiment. Turbo, are you on top of the first one that I did? But here's just to compare. So this is that side, but the difference with the white ink to the white emboss. Are you on it? We were going to put them side by side. Ooh, there's just embossing powder all over my sheet. It's like crumbs everywhere. What did I do with it? What did I do? I think he's on top of it. Are you on top of the card, little fanboy? Fanboy, are you on top of the card? Okay, yeah, just settle in more, please. Don't disturb yourself. Alright, we'll pretend like this. So here's the white with the black ink with the, what do we call this? Plaid folder. Right, there's something about the black and the white. Seriously, Turbo, what did we do with that card? Partial card. I'm going to continue just to say that he's on top of it, because I don't see it over here. Gosh darn. Are you really on it? I don't know for sure because you're fat and you're... Are you? Oh, you are on it. I feel it. Down you go. He was laying on it. I just think it looks kind of cool side by side. So this is the emboss side with the ink on top, and then this is putting the ink on the deboss side, so then you're getting that show through. I don't know, there's just something about the black and white contrast. So when I was doing my craft along last night, I did not use this folder. If you might guess from my little plaid there, I used the plaid folder. So here, I don't have a sentiment yet because I'm going to shop the stamp sale for a Merry Christmas. I have that giant one, but it won't work for this. I need like a smaller Merry Christmas. So this is the emboss side using cherry cobbler over the top. And I was doing the swipe technique. I didn't use the brayer. I just used the ink pad over the top. So that's like this with the black. And then this is the debossed black with gold on top. So it looks very gold, but I think you can tell that there are black lines in there. And then I've got crumb cake kind of as the third color. And I'm using, this is the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper, which is the suite that Stampin' Up! Is going to do like a workshop class thing on. Again, I don't know how much that's going to be. I just have the paper. The paper is beautiful. It is a specialty paper, as you can tell with that gold foil. And I was just kind of itching to use a little bit of it, so I just did 1-inch strips there. So I think just adding like a pretty die cut, like, I don't know which one, like a label die cut or something with a Merry Christmas, like, here probably just stamp it in red, but here maybe have it gold embossed when we get there. But I thought it was very impressive, the gold on that plaid folder. I mean, you could think about the sunflower being gold on the black, I guess. But I don't know. I just thought, I was trying to think holidays, and I was like, well, this plaid is great for holidays. And then just using that DSP as a ribbon. So you could swap out your DSP for ribbon. So now that Turbo's not here, so we like this. Let's see, I know Mom has embossing powder. Embossing. I don't know if Linda does a whole lot of embossing. But what you could do, and if you thought you wanted to do this, especially for Christmas, just pick whatever folder and do several of like the backgrounds at a time. You know, and then you could make, 6 cards or something at the same time. Cat hair, Turbo hair. We're going to pick up this I have W on there because the clear looks very white at first glance, so it has a W. The old. This brush is also good. For getting this out of this tray. And it's also great if you have like a lot of old embossing powder and maybe you're not really sure if it's still good or whatnot. I don't know. It's like a great way to use a lot of embossing powder as well. Doing that with folders. So hopefully, I would love to know or hear if you do this sometime here in the near future. Look at that turbo hair in there. Got to dig it out. Tweezer's good for taking turbo hair out of the embossing powder. It just gets everywhere. And then there still might be a little bit. I just kind of tap it at that point. But having the little tray is really nice. And the other thing that I also appreciate is then I can, now my tweezers I don't keep in here because I use these for other things. So I keep them in my little handy deal. Sometimes this too, but usually not. So I keep this here. Like this, and then when I pull it out, I always have my embossing buddy and my brush. And if you're not using these tweezers, then I would recommend that you just do this, and it slides like underneath something or on a shelf pretty easy because it's not real thick. I'm gonna put mine back where I store it because look at me putting stuff away. All right, let me look at some comments. Oh yeah, you could. That's is a really good point. So, my mom is suggesting like you could take this and then chop it up, for sure. And really, if you're talking about these giant folders we have now, you could do like the whole side. You would need to use probably a piece of paper for your embossing powder, and then cut them up for smaller layers. You know, like half of the card could be embossed, you know, or the bottom half, top half, or just do it, you know, gives you a little texture and bling. I don't know, there's just something, there's something about the black being the background with this that's really cool. And I guess I should have maybe done a white one with the gold just to see how different it would be, because it would look very different. So feel free to play around with the base color when you're doing this, and you can kind of see the difference on how, you know, this is like a tight pattern, so there's a lot more pattern, you know, on this white sunflower. The other thing that's cool, which the camera doesn't pick up very well, is you do get that the gold is easy to tell, but for the white it is shiny. So you're getting like this shine, you're getting the texture and you're getting the sheen from the embossing powder as well. So these will probably turn into birthday cards, because why not? Or thank you. It'd be kind of cute thank you cards too. And then these I'm going to set aside because I'm going to be shopping the sale, 15% off stamp sale, to find a Merry Christmas. Like I said, I have the giant Merry Christmas, but I need a smaller Merry Christmas. I do have some old paper pumpkin ones, but you know, I'm ready for a new stamp set. When they said stamp sale, I said I'm there. So we'll be doing that Thursday. I hope that everybody else checks out the stamp sale Thursday as well. So that's going to be it. That's like really fast tonight, but that's okay. So Thursday stamp sale, the 23rd, the Advent calendar comes out. I think that's going to be really cool myself. And one thing, you know, treat yourself to it, or tell somebody to get it as a gift for you. The only thing is, you want to get Stampin' Rewards when you order that. So, you know, you get the Stampin' Rewards. So think about that too. You'll get a little back. with your purchase. And World Card Making Day register. So I think that's probably going to be it for tonight. The kitten is gone away. As always, please reach out to me if you have any questions about anything, especially come Thursday with the stamp sale and tools. Again, oh, here he comes. The tool thing is very interesting because they've done stamps, 24-hour stamp sales in the past, but it hasn't included stamp tools. So I am interested to see how that is. He's coming. Look at him. Look at him. Hi, little guy. And I think... Oh, and I just want to, again, I know I said it in my newsletter and on Facebook, but I want to thank everybody who came to the crop and did the table fee and, oh my gosh, and the donations. To raise over $550 for Orphan Grain Train. That was like, oh gosh, don't puke on me. All right, we'll see everybody later. Mail a card. Have a great week. Are you done? Okay, that scared me. I was scared. I was scared. Are you okay? Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next Tuesday. We'll do stuff. What are the stamp tools? Do not know what stamp tools are. I'm assuming it's going to be like blocks. Those are considered stamp tools. Maybe the scrub. I don't know. I will be just as surprised as you are on the stamp tools. So, are you okay? Was it because you ate the wet food and I pet your tummy? Yeah, sit up a little bit. Okay. Whew. Nothing wakes you up from a deep sleep or anything like that. Sounds like they're gonna puke. You okay? There's a little face. Are you okay? Can't really see his eyes. Are you okay? Okay. Say goodnight, everybody. Turbo. Okay. Mail card. It's on my to-do list this weekend. I gotta do all my September mailings. So, if you're a September person, it's coming. Sometime next week, probably. Okay. Mail a card. Make somebody's day. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like the video. Especially if you're still here. God bless you.